In the bottom left side, the red determined player. He is BYUN. Teamless player, but absolute handsome lad, fan favorite in the top right side as well. I suppose we could say the exact same thing, except for that he's blue and he's a Protoss. He is ZEST from Raise Your Edge Gaming. Alright, so we already saw BYUN today with a 5-0 versus Creator, making him look silly, ridiculous. Now, to be fair, we never saw Creator going into the Robo-Tech, and I would love to see Creator going into the Robo-Tech. Or, ZEST, sorry, ZEST go into the Robo-Tech. See if he makes different choices from his opponents here. Nexus, alright. Very similar stuff here so far for BYUN. Is he going to go for the low amount of gas income? No, he's not actually. A little bit heavier on the gas intake. The regular amount, I should say. So wondering if we're going to get that quick third CC here once more, or if he's going to go for something else this time around. Still opening up with the Reaper, and yeah, there is that factory right now. So a slight deviation here from BYUN, as opposed to what we saw from him against Creator. Stargate is going to be the tech choice here for ZEST. A very safe bet against an aggressive player such as BYUN, of course. Stalker getting rather close at killing this Reaper here. Just barely not gonna get another final shot off there, so the Reaper does escape. I'm gonna set up shop over here, look for some more opportunities perhaps. No way in. There's no way in. And if there was, well, then there would be no way out in particular as well. Alright. Sorry, a bit distracted here. I had to alt tab for a moment. One quick second, guys. Alright, there we go. That should be good. That should be good. Alright. Back at it. Nothing much, right? That we missed. Reaper didn't die. Shoot, it did die. Alright. Just forget about it, guys. There never was a Reaper. There never was a Reaper. What you on about? With a mine on the wrong edge of the, well, the wrong side of the cliff wall here. Oracle not going to get shut down right now, but not going to be able to get any damage done either. Too many Marines, it looks like, for his liking. He's going to move backwards here and try to figure out if there's anything aggressive coming in. Triple gateway afterwards here with the blink opening. ZEST being extremely careful of any type of harassment coming in for BYUN potentially. Not looking to take any risks, it looks like. At the same time, this is delaying his AoE splash damage, right? And if BYUN was doing the same thing as we saw against Creator, then this would have been quite a predicament. Because a lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders would already kind of be poking his front door. And ZEST just wouldn't have that much to really deal with it. Wouldn't even have blink just quite yet, right? So that would have been a nasty situation overall. ZEST starting to poke out a little bit, looking for any stragglers that are left behind somewhere. That Raven, of course, also a prime target if he does manage to get that one targeted down. Gonna go for the bunker here. Does manage to get it. Only a single stalker there, losing some HP. Very, very clean micro from our blue Protoss so far. Who is behind this, starting up the Robo as well. With a mine, good dodge. Gets on out of there. I mean, he's not doing a crazy amount of damage here, but, I mean, for a triple gateway blink play, when he kind of went starboard before this as well, I mean, ZEST is doing an insane amount. I mean, even though he's only cleaning up some units here and there, it really doesn't feel like he already did so much else, and then this was only 3 gateways against what we're seeing here versus BYUN. Very impressive stuff here. May not seem like much being able to get 1 or 2 units now and again, but still. What's up, Satsuna? How you doing? It's BYUN day today, and there's a whole lot of BYUN to go around. Ooh. Raven does get picked off. That's not a good sign here. The Medivac does manage to get out of there, but this is probably the main part of this attack. The Widow Mine's not there. The force fields were good. BYUN not going to be able to push in here anytime soon, it seems. Why Trovo today? Why not? Why not? They require me to get some hours here, and it's all good. How was the solo versus BYUN score? It was a 2-2. Oh, a 2-2-0. Solo had a bit of struggles there versus BYUN. This is true as well. I mean, Trovo, I'm a partner with Trovo overall, so that is actually where I put most of my hours. Anyway, regardless, guys, looking... Oh my god, those Widow Mines on the right side. The Zealots trying to be sneaky, and then just walking straight headfirst into all those Widow Mines right there. They do remain alive for the time being, but they're not going to be able to participate in that fight. Oh boy. Oh dear. ZEST is prepared. Don't do it. Okay, BYUN backs up again. Will not be going forwards for the suicide run for the time being. Third base under a bit of pressure now, of course, by those Zealots. The Bio need to get on top of this. Charge already being utilized on the command center, so it'll take a while for those Zealots to kick back in again. But overall, yeah, this is going to get cleaned up. 8 SCVs did go down, though, so BYUN actually struggling to keep his work count as high as the one of ZEST here. Or in a reasonable position. He has been continuously pressuring ZEST as well at the front door, but he's just not been able to make him crack. The defense has been too solid. BYUN is going to try again here. How many Widow Mines do we have available? 8 of them in total. 2 Liberators right there as well. Let's see how he sets up. The Liberators a bit too far forward. They are immediately going to get gunned down before a single shot is fired. There is a shield battery overcharge there as well. Good pickup on a couple of units, saving their lives. But still, again, there's just so much stuff here for ZEST. Actually moving perhaps a bit too far away from that shield battery overcharge there. More units are coming in to help save the day, though. BYUN, he is so good at realizing, alright, I should actually not take the battle, but I can turn around here a little bit and force a small trade overall. It's going to be okay for me. The Colossi is too far behind right now. The Immortal won't be shooting at me immediately. The Stalkers aren't going to shoot at me immediately. And it's like really tiny maneuvers. But it is very awesome to see from BYUN how good he is at those tiny maneuvers, you know? It's kind of like, alright, well, never mind. Okay, let's take a quick shooting, clean up some gateway forces, and keep the kiting going forwards. Or backwards, I suppose you always kite backwards, right? Liberator being juked now by the forces of ZEST here. 2 Widow Mines, not going to be enough against all of those zealots. Oh, that's a big hit as well, though. A lot of those stalkers softened up right now. Gotta be careful, though. The Marauders also gonna have to stim again here, get themselves in the orange. They're gonna need a bit of healing. Can't fight this healing, but those Marauders need a bit of healing. Alright, here we go. Big fight going on again. Colossi are doing a good job. Widowmine does manage to get rid of the Oracle, but is that still a big enough deal here? Marauders, are they plentiful enough? SCV's being pulled on the bottom, on the top side as well, and it looks like just barely that Liberator. Oh my god, 7 kills. That is a ton. And I'm surprised not as, well, only now 2 SCVs have gone down, and it looks like BYUN does manage to hold on just barely with the help of that Liberator right there, just putting in the work. The Marauders as well, absolutely astounding amounts of damage there. Great micro, great splits overall, and ZEST is being pushed backwards here. It's gonna have to figure out a plan B right now. More of those stalkers needed to target down those Liberators perhaps a little bit sooner. That is what happens when you don't eat your Liberators first. Things go bad rather rapidly. That could actually shut down some production. No, it doesn't. 2 pylons are going to still be enough to help out here. Oh no, one of the robos did get depowered. Now the Liberators are on top of this production as well. The Liberators need to get targeted down. ZEST knows this, trying to get out of the Liberator zone, but gets into the Widowmine field. Oh, that is abysmal as well. The Colossus here in a bit of trouble. Also, now with the units of BYUN just absolutely in between everything. This is ridiculous. BYUN going to be able to make this work, even though his income overall, let's take a look, it hasn't been in his favor throughout this game pretty much. Army supply, he has been able to stay on top of things, and look at that trade right here. That is such a good trade for him. That is ridiculous. I don't know how he did it but you know what? Those are just BYUN things. Just BYUN things. Here he goes again. Upgrades also in favor for ZEST, but just doesn't seem to matter. BYUN gonna start backing up right now. He dealt a really solid amount of damage right here. Even gonna get that War Prism as well with the remaining Widow Mines. Need to have a Observer coming out. As BYUN is flying over his natural base towards his 3rd base location. Gonna start mining operations there. Also a drop in the main here actually. ZEST again under a lot of pressure. Has to fight up a ramp area. Again, the Widowmine's getting great connections onto the Stalkers. Again and again, that has been the saving grace here. Almost, it feels like as well, for BYUN. Things barely just working out in his favor. Enough, and a Liberator on this left side. More units in the middle. Again, those Widow Mines getting some work done. BYUN moves backwards. He's keeping ZEST onto the 2 bases though. Gonna deny mining here as well. Things are looking gruesome for the blue Protoss. Getting on top of that Robo, that is now picked off immediately, and the other Robo also getting low. There we go, there's the target on top of it. Not gonna allow ZEST anytime soon to replenish those Colossus numbers. The bio does get taken out. This could be the death of BYUN if he just tries too aggressively to finish off his opponents here. Don't always have to just keep dropping into the main base and try to clean up all of the production here. It's a nice thing to do, of course, don't get me wrong, it can win you games, but if you do it too much, you trade too inefficiently against the army of ZEST as you're running away trying to snipe buildings, then all of a sudden ZEST can still just turn this around very, very quickly. Now, to be fair, ZEST only on gateway forces here. Has to rebuild those robos. Still has the Robo Bay though, so that is helping him out quite a bit. Again, BYUN looking for the mass drop here, it looks like. But the Stalkers were nearby enough. Not quite working out there for ZEST. ZEST coming in. Great force fields. A great splits as well. Widowmine on the Hallucinated Phoenix. That is an awesome thing to see as well. GG is called though. Was not enough. ZEST goes down to BYUN in game number 1. That was cool. That was a cool match there. I thought BYUN was going to lose that one, honestly. And then he just turns it around. He just stays on top of his game, gets himself some miraculous trading. And yeah, that is all ZEST had in store for that one. Let's see if he manages to get more stuff going this time around here in game number 2. The teamless Terran. He is BYUN. Raise your edge, gamer. Brodels. ZEST. Alright. BYUN is in shape. Yeah, it really does appear to be the case, doesn't it? It's winning a lot of cups right now in the online markets. Still has a way to go though, of course. Looking to start winning some tournaments soon, most likely. Even with his injury, it is miraculous how much this guy's doing, right? Makes you wonder how much of a difference it would have been if he doesn't have an injury. Just qualified for GSL Stage 2 as well. Alright, that is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. I seen it, Sushi. Don't worry about it. Alright, BYUN. Getting that bunker behind the mineral fields. Did not get spotted there by ZEST. And ZEST gonna get himself a proxy pylon here on the left side. Most likely gonna be that Stargate play from this position. Yeah, BYUN did manage to keep playing indeed while he was in the military. Because, well, apparently even like a couple of months before he was coming back onto the scene and starting to play games again, he managed to get first place in the... Oh my. Guess we have to highlight the mistakes of the gods as well, right? There we go. But yeah, he managed to get rank number 1 on the Korean ladder. So that is incredibly impressive as well, of course. To be fair, a lot of Koreans like to go for the custom game practice, but still, we know Maru and the likes are always just lurking out on that Korean ladder as well. And they don't have much else to do. Alright, this time around, BYUN gonna go for the 2-1-1, it would appear. Might go for the command center still, but no, this is looking more like the aggressive build here. If he does go for the 3rd CC, he does it incredibly early on. Oracle gonna arrive before that Cyclone is exactly out and about. Couple of Marines not gonna be enough here, it looks like. But nice pull away with the SCVs towards the Marines. So gonna be able to maintain most of those numbers. Nothing yet being scattered here by BYUN either. He knows about the Stargate now, of course, but he doesn't know about the Twilight follow-up. Interesting to see ZEST continuing this as well, going for the Stargate opening straight into the Blink. Trying to remedy the situation where the Blink upgrade doesn't allow you that much of a scouting information as the Stargate does, right? So, just going for a single Oracle and then straight into the Blink afterwards. It's an interesting way to approach this, I suppose. Could be the case as well that, like, does the Oracle force your opponent backwards with, if it, like, for example, if BYUN's going for a Widowmine drop or something like that, the Widowmines want to stay in the main base and the natural base, right, ready to take care of the Oracle for a little bit longer. If they're not there, you have a high likelihood of the Oracle just being able to take out a lot of the SCVs. And trade okay against the Widowmines anyway, right? If they do manage to get some denied mining going, you already dealt that same damage kind of back onto your opponent. So, very interesting way here. Very interesting, interesting build. Wonder if this is something we're gonna keep seeing here from ZEST. Now going for the Robo as well, and the Forge, and having that third base already available as well here, of course. Feels like quite the greedy opening, but let's see if ZEST will be able to make it work here for himself. Gonna start his Blink micro-aggression once more. Yeah, that bunker is not meant for this world anytime soon. Pretty reasonable Blink micro there. The siege tank is about to come, and the play as well on the high ground there, being able to force those Stalkers backwards. Double drop with the Medivacs though, coming in onto the main base. So far out of vision for ZEST here. Unaware entirely. There's the stim forwards. ZEST, no response just quite yet. There we go. Okay, pulls the probes right now, but there is still a little sliver of space for the Marines to squeeze themselves through. We're going to be able to just run down the pylon as well, shutting down a lot of production right there. 5 gateways. In fact, worth of production not going to be able to come into play pretty soon. Probe as well going to get taken out. No replacement pylon still on the way here. Okay, that definitely was worth it there for BYUN. Doesn't have a third base just quite yet though, so I feel like he wants to get a bit more done with the attack that is coming in here. With that attack as well, he did lose a couple of those Marines, of course. It's not going to be as a potent force for the straight-up engagement just quite anymore, but then again, he delayed the warpins here from ZEST as well by quite a bit, so... Taking care of the rocks. Looking to parade push here, perhaps. Blink Stalkers looking for the fight. That's so nice. That's so nice to see. The Stalkers coming in from behind. It's going to force this army to move backwards as well. Just into weird places where they don't really want to go. Okay, are finding some pushback against those Stalkers here. Goes back around. No place just quite yet where you will be able to set up shop with those siege tanks. Needs to get a little bit further ahead. Around this area over here would be already sufficient, I would say. Can start thinking about the sieging up right now. At least one siege tank. Perhaps try to get the other one a little bit further forwards. And then the third one even a little bit further forwards. But BYUN, what is he doing? Okay, he's pulling the SCVs actually. He's setting up shop very far away from the Protoss base. And ZEST. Ooh, there we go. Okay, does take a bit of a pummel. A pummeling. In we go. The siege tanks trying to find a different angle of approach here, perhaps. Juking and diving, trying to disrupt the movements of the Protoss forces here. Shield battery overcharge does come into play as well, but that is quite far removed from the actual fight. Zealots coming in from behind, though. That is enough, actually, for the siege tanks to handle. Oh, dear. Okay, well, you know what? A couple of those siege tanks did fall, but there's still a lot of bio forces here The Zealots coming in as well. BYUN here, it looks like he may start to break ZEST at the moment. I think so. I think that is the case. GG is called. Very well played. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Another victory there for BYUN. We're gonna hop into game number 3 of this series here. Match point for BYUN, of course. In the best of 5. Needs one more victory here. Let's see if he will be able to achieve this. And he got a clean sweep, not just against Creator, but not just against Solar as well, but also versus ZEST. That would be very impressive. He's the teamless Terran in the red. BYUN. Using the Proto Species in the blue, right here in the top right side. These Raise Your Edge gamers. ZEST. Alright. Okay, now, BYUN, what is the plan here? Or for ZEST for that matter as well, of course. He's been struggling here right now. Don't know exactly how BYUN is able to do it, but has been able to just continuously fight from a place that didn't feel that advantageous for him. And then when the overall advantage is there, he just won't let go anymore. Dog with his bone. You cannot wrestle away. Very, very strong jaw. Oh, what in the world, BYUN? You crazy son of a gun. Cybercore and Gateway. With the Nexus going down as well. Regular stuff, regular stuff. BYUN also going for the expansion here. The regular timed expansion, regular gas mining going on as well. Nothing too crazy. Again, not going for the quick third CC and the quicker second barracks play here. He's playing his normal stuff. He did just forego engineering bay blocks overall as well, didn't he? I mean, we didn't see any so far in this entire series versus ZEST. And I guess we saw it one time against Creator. And then, to be fair, when he did do it, that was like 2 engineering bays, so kind of making up for lost time. But here again, no engineering bay blocks so far throughout the entire series. Reaper gonna try to figure out what is happening there, of course, in the base. Access denied, though. There's a bodyguard of a Stalker there, being able to force him backwards. ZEST once more going for the Stargate play here. There's the 1-1-1 build for BYUN is coming in. Widowmine drops this time on the way. Let's see if ZEST's Oracle play is going to be sufficient against the Widowmine drop. You won't have much at home, after all, to really deal with them. But at the same time, perhaps that means BYUN won't have that much at home to slay the Oracle either. Alright, Reaper does get the scout, though. That is massive here, of course. Gonna give him quite the upper hand right now in the positioning of those Widowmines. He knows where he needs to put them. Let's see if he puts them in the correct place. Oracle coming in. 5 Marines. That should be sufficient to hold it backwards. Where are the other Widowmine? Does not appear to be over here, at least. Is there just a single Widowmine out on the field? No, there's 3 of them. Alright. Does get them into the medevac right... Oh, well, there he was. There he was! What in the world was he doing there? Alright, well, he managed to get the Oracle. That is... Oh, that is... I mean, is that skill? Is that luck? How do you even call that? I'm not completely certain. Alright, BYUN comes in here through the right side, looking for some good Widowmine hits, of course. No response from ZEST here whatsoever. No units ready. No reaction on those probes. And that is a ungodly amount of probes going down. 10 of them so far. The Stalkers at the front's not going to be able to pick up much damage either. Another drop coming into the natural base. Oh, that is potentially quite too much damage. That's 16 probes. GG is called. BYUN takes the series 3-0 there.